Hey everybody, I'm Rick. Welcome to Talking Habs. We get your daily fix of Blue Blanc Rouge. It is Saturday Hockey Talk. It is also Habs at Bruins, big rivalry game, game number 18 of the season. Montreal beat the Bruins last week in Montreal, 3-2 in overtime. Let's see if we can do that again. I don't know if it's the same goalies. I believe it's going to be Swayman. I don't know if it's going to be Monty tonight or not. I don't have the lineups yet. But we'll get to that with the game preview. They should be in anytime now. So I've got some news. I've got the preview that includes the lineup. It includes stats from the game. I've got, let's see, this here, which we'll get into in a little bit later. Guess the score contest. If you guess the score of the game and the first goal scorer of the game, and you can pick that guy from either team. And if you are the first person with that guess in the comments here, you win the cash prize directly into your bank account, $10. Woohoo! I'll give you my guess after, and I'll repeat it for people who show up later. So we have some news. Oh, by the way, Matt should be joining me sometime soon, apparently. Matt's going to the game tonight, so hopefully he'll report either via text or and I doubt he can log in there from there, but he'll report from there and let me know what's going on from his point of view from the game, because Matt lives in Boston, or right outside of Boston. All right, news. Arbor Jacki, day-to-day with an upper body injury, not in the game today. It's a good thing it's not the old big bad Bruins, because we'd really need Arbor for sure today. Should have cleaned my glasses too. Jeez, not horrible, but Jordan Harris has been cleared to play, so there won't be any call-ups. Harris will be in the lineup. Lindstrom also will be in the lineup. And, Bruins are 6-0-1 at home. No regulation losses. They lead in point percentage with an .867 clip. They lead in PK, 91.2%. And fewest goals allowed so far this season, 30 goals. So Montreal's in tough tonight, especially in Boston. They did beat them last week, but it's hard to figure that they're going to. And I haven't decided who I think is going to win yet, and I got to give you my guess. So I have to make up my mind soon. Habs. It looks like I wrote Habs in bed tonight. No, Habs in red tonight. Because the Bruins are wearing their vintage white alternate jerseys. So, Habs in red, like the old days when they're on the road, they're in red. Good to see that. I like that better. Okay, got this wrong. On this day in 1984, Habs trade Steve Shutt to L.A. for a 10th round pick. And it's just, isn't that wrong? Look at Steve Shutt in an L.A. Kings uniform. It's just wrong. It's like, that's almost blasphemous. And for a 10th round pick, it's bad now when a guy's like for a 6th or 7th round pick, a 10th round pick, because back then they had a lot more rounds. Less teams, more rounds. Let's see. This is big for Boston. This is the mugshot of Milan Lucic, who was apparently arrested last night. It's not apparently anymore. When I wrote that, I wasn't 100% sure. Now it's confirmed. Arrested last night after a domestic dispute. The team released a statement saying that he's taking an indefinite leave of absence from the team. Career probably over at his age. That's probably done. He's probably done. He'll have to go somewhere else to play, probably. Depending on, listen, I don't know what happened. But if it's what it sounds like, which is alleged right now, and career is probably over. So we'll see what happens with that. For all the people that really, really, really wanted Pierre-Luc Dubois and how he was going to change this team, well, look at his stats for the beginning of the season. I don't know. 15 games, 4 goals, 4 assists, 8 points, -3. Nothing special there, right? Imagine giving away the freaking farm to get that guy, and then that's what he gives you. I'm not saying they did that, LA. That's their business anyway. But if Montreal would have made this huge trade to get him, and then he's ho-hum. Oh, anyways, glad we didn't get him. We don't have any more people in here, so, well, listen, we'll do the guess. I'll give you my guess to score. So the guess to score contest. Once again, guess the score of the game and the first goal scorer of the game. You can pick that guy from either team. Yes, it's a hard contest to win. You have to be the first person in the comments with the guess, and if you're going to come into the channel later when I do the hangout and you want to make the guess, it's just, you can do that. It's just not going to count. All the guesses here count. Yeah, you win the $10 cash prize directly into your bank account via Interact. My guess is 4-3 in overtime. The overtime part doesn't matter. So if you want to guess overtime, if it's not overtime and you still have the right score, you're going to win. So don't worry about that. I'm giving the first goal to Justin Barron. I think it's because I saw the pregame interviews and stuff, and he was the first one. They had him on for really long. I'm giving it to Justin Barron. So is it Boston or Montreal? It's what I can't decide. I don't know who's in nets. Let's see if we can find that out. Hang on. I'm just going to refresh over here and see if they're in, and they're not. So I don't know who's in nets yet. Because we're a Habs channel, I'm going to go 4-3 Montreal. They beat them last week. They're going to beat them again. It's time for Montreal to dominate Boston once again, like the old days, like it always was. So 4-3 Montreal. Barron with the first goal. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think. Although not a lot of people here today. I don't know why. Is there football on? All right. Matt didn't join us yet. Let's get into the preview. Then we'll talk about whatever you guys want to talk about after I do the preview. How's that? We have the 7-8-2 Montreal Canadiens against the 12-1-2 Boston Bruins, who are rather fresh. They haven't played since Tuesday, so it's either they're really fresh and maybe there's a little bit of rust creeped in there already. Maybe, doubt that, but there you go. How to watch this game? Start time is 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. In Canada, you can get it on CBC tonight, Cross Canada, Sportsnet. I guess that's East, West, and Pacific in English, and TVA Sports in French. I guess that's the reason you can get it on Sportsnet all over the place is because Toronto's not playing tonight. I'm sure that's why. In the Bruins region, it's on NESN, streaming ESPN Plus, CBS Gem, and Sportsnet Plus. Possibility I might hook up a TV and I'll get it on CBC tonight, maybe, so I'm not so late in the game play-by-play. All right, season series in the last 10 games. Last 10 for Boston, 7-1-2, and they won their last one. And for Montreal, 3-6-1 on a 3-game. What's the opposite of a heater? On a 3-game cooler? On a 3-game losing streak. Season series, they played November 11th, where we beat them in overtime 3-2. We're playing tonight. Then back in Boston, January 20th, and back here in Montreal, March 14th. So 4 times. I think last year was only 3. This year, 4. Home and away. Montreal's the away team, 2-4-0 on the road, and Boston is 6-1-0 at home. And I think what they've got, 1 loss in regulation. That's at home. Maybe we'll be the second one. Referees tonight. I don't know if it looks good. Gord Dwyer. I'm going to give you his number. And Brandon Schrader, who I think was in the last game too. He was. So with Dwyer as the ref, last season, Montreal went 0-5-0. And the season before, 0-2. So Montreal hasn't won a game with Dwyer as the ref in 2 years. And that's 7 games. With Schrader, he last year 4-0-0, and then he didn't ref a Montreal game the 2 years prior. So it's a yin and yang. We'll see what happens. Where are we next? Tail of the tape. Scoring chances for percentage, 47.4% for Montreal, 23rd in the league, 51.4% for the Bruins, 13th. Goals per game, 2.88 for Montreal, 22nd, and 3.33 for the Bruins, 13th. Goals against per game, 3.47 for Montreal, 24th, and an even 2 for the Bruins for first. I should have had that also in my thing of what they lead the league in is goals. Oh, no, I had that. Fewest goals allowed. Well, it was termed differently. Sorry. Power play percentage, 20.6% for Montreal, 15th, so dropped a little bit. 22% for Boston, 12th. And it's not that far apart. That's, but here's the difference. PK percentage, 75.3% for Montreal, 23rd, and a whopping 91.2% on the PK for the Bruins. They lead the league. Head-to-head this year, Montreal is 1-0-0, and the Bruins are 0-1. Let's see if we can make that 2-0-0 for us. Face-off percentage, 52.5% for Montreal at the dot, 7th, and they're ahead of Boston a little bit, 50.7% for Boston, 15th. Shots on goal and shots allowed per game. So shots allowed per game for Montreal, 34.4, for Boston, 31.1. Shots on goal for per game, 29.8 for Montreal, 31.6 for Boston. Not a horrible difference, a little bit more. Players to watch over the last 5. Points, Matheson, Montreal, 7, and Pasternak for the Bruins, 10. Goals, Matheson with 2. That's pretty sad, is that over the last 5 games, Matheson leads with 2 goals. Charlie Coyle with 4 for Boston. Assists, Matheson with 5. He's got everything almost. Pasternak with 7 for Boston, and plus minus, Jake Evans with a +4, and Brandon Carlo with a +3. Team leaders in goals, Sean Monahan with 6, and David Pasternak with 11. In points, Nick Suzuki with 15, Pasternak with 24. Time on ice, Matheson 24.56, McAvoy 24.11, and in wins, Allen with 3, and so does Monty have 3, and Swayman with 6. And actually, so does Allmark have 6. So, top 5 scoring for the Bruins: Pasternak, 11 goals, 13 assists, 24 points for +9. Brad the Rat Marchand, 7 goals, 9 assists, 16 points, +4. He probably loves it if he heard me say that. He loves being called the Rat, I'm sure. Pavel Zacha, 5 goals, 7 assists, 12 points, +7. Charlie Coyle, 5 goals, 7 assists as well, 12 points, +2. And James Van Riemsdyk with 4 goals, 7 assists, 11 points, and +4. Montreal's top 5, Suzuki leading the way. 6 goals, 9 assists, 15 points, -6. Caulfield, 5 goals, stuck on that 5 goals. 5 goals, 10 assists, 15 points, +1. Matheson, 4 goals, 10 assists, 14 points, -8. Monahan, 6 goals, 7 assists, 13 points, -5. And Alex Newhook, 4 goals, 5 assists, 9 points, -6. So only Caulfield with the plus number there. Atlantic standing top to bottom: Boston, Florida, Toronto, Detroit, Tampa, Montreal, Buffalo, and Ottawa. And Tampa, Montreal no longer tied in points. Standings in the NHL: Montreal's in 21st. They've got Pittsburgh ahead of them with 16 points, tied, but they have 1 more win. Seattle with 16 points just behind them because they got 1 less win. And then the Islanders and the Sabres both at 15 points. Players, nope. Goalie comparison. I don't know who the goalies are. Hang on there, Matt. Matt just joined behind there. I'm going to just refresh here and see if it finally came in. No lineups yet. So I'm going to assume, because I heard on Twitter it was going to be Swayman.
It's Alan Swayman, yep.
Okay, I was going to make an assumption and say it should be Allen today.
It's Alan
Even though it should be Monty, because Monty beat them at home last week. But I think it's that road home thing. Monty at home, number 1 goalie. Allen on the road, as the backup or the 1B. Makes sense. All right, Allen, 3-3-1, 3.30 goals against, a 9.11 save percentage, no shutouts. Swayman 6-0-1, 169 goals against, and a 9.44 save percentage and a shutout. Not horrible. Wait, let me get that. Where's my cursor? Hey, Matt, you could have fixed yourself there being on the wrong side, but no, why would you do that? Not where it is.
St. Louis did confirm it's Jake Allen. Jake Allen's starting, and if the Bruins continue going every other game, it's Swayman's night tonight. So that's why I'm good. I think it's safe to assume it's going to be Allen Swayman.
And well, Swayman, then if they're doing that one, then because the Bruins only played on Tuesday after losing to us. So that means that it was Allmark, and today is Swayman. So it's going to be Swayman. Should be Allen because of the way they rotate. It should be Allen.
St. Louis already said it's going to be Jake Allen.
Okay, that's so confirmed. I didn't see that part. I didn't get, and that's cool. I just don't have the lineups because they're not out yet. Which is
fine.
Great.
That's what my job is.
Not on this show. Not on this particular aspect of the show. But his job is to back me up. See, I'm the 1A. He's the 1B. That's how it works here. I'm pointing the wrong way he's the 1B. I'm with stupid. See, worked that time. Oblivious because he's in his phone.
I'm trying to find the lineups, and then I don't know if you talked about the news out of Boston this morning.
We sure did for very briefly at the beginning, but if you want to go over it, you got anything to add, please do.
No, nothing that I'm going to say.
Nothing that you're going to say because you don't want to get beat up when you get outside your house because you live in Boston area?
No, I mean, everything, again, it's all alleged. Like all we know is there's no police report.
It's not alleged 100% because Boston didn't they release that statement saying he's going to be taking the leave of absence?
They did.
So it's alleged what people are saying happened. We don't know that. But this something
right. I have
something officially
I've been able to kind of piece together an idea, but I don't want to.
We don't have to. We don't have to.
Like no one really knows.
We don't have to. We just know there's an incident that happened. He's taking a leave of absence. That's what we know. And I'm not going to comment and say things about him that I don't know if that's what happened. I don't want to get sued.
No, I mean me neither. Right? I've been able to kind of piece together a decent idea.
It'll come out eventually.
I'm not going to elaborate, but again, everything's alleged, and it's not the first time that he's been bought for something like this in Boston. Happened the last time he was with the Bruins too.
So what I said was also at his age, if whatever this is happened and he did this, whatever it was, his career's over in the NHL.
If it's again from what I've gathered, if it's proven that it is indeed what happened, he's done.
He's done.
Done.
I mean, look at his age. If he was younger, maybe not. If it wasn't something that, like, I have a feeling what you're saying. No, if it's not that though, if it's just something stupid, then he's not. But at his age, especially, he's done. He's not coming back from it. The only place it'll take him would be the KHL. All right. You didn't agree with that? All right. No,
I do. I mean, I do agree at his age because no one's going to touch him.
By the way, there's the mugshot.
Yeah, I know.
Broken nose. You weren't here. So Steve Shutt, this day in 1984, traded to that team. Isn't that an abomination looking at Steve Shutt in that uniform?
Yeah. Is that actually funny you bring up that particular uniform too? Because me and my my boss were looking at old hockey jerseys the other day, like near the end almost the closing time at work, and we were talking about this particular one and how much we hated it.
Oh, it was horrible back in the day. You know the
yellow one too, the one that was yellow with the purple stripe.
Oh, that even worse. No, their uniforms were horrible. But when you look at the updated one they did a couple years ago, the retro. I like that one.
Yeah, no, that one's
because of the logo. They use the newer logo. Like I like that one, but that was an abomination, man. It was horrible. Here's something else you might want to comment on. Look at Pierre-Luc Dubois' stats. 15 games.
I saw that. Yep, I did see that.
Imagine we gave up something to get this guy,
I
and then he
know.
comes here and he's ho-hum. Because
Well,
you
we
got to
made
believe,
the right decision, and we got Alex Newhook. What can I
right?
say?
You got to believe no matter what, if you say, well, it'd be Montreal, he'd play better. No, that is Pierre-Luc Dubois. He went somewhere he wanted to go to, playing with some good players over there, too. All right. You know, as my co-host, you're supposed to comment when I say stuff.
No, I know. No, I agree.
I love bugging him.
Yeah, I mean, he's not performing the way he should be, and again, for the money that we would have had to pay him to, wouldn't have been worth it.
Break the bank to get ho-hum.
Again, I compare it to what we had to give up for Newhook and what we signed him to. Like it's just night and day. The Newhook, I think, was a better option, and Newhook is proving it again. Maybe you'd expect him to have a few more points, but he's playing very, very good hockey. Like I don't think anyone would argue that. Like Newhook is
skating
very
like
good.
The wind. Like
he's so
such
quick.
A fast.
I've been amazed at how quick he's been. Like
right.
almost every game, I think he's been the fastest player on the ice, either team. Like
right.
He's
and
so
as this team progresses, you can see how that weapon of Newhook's speed. Plus, he's got decent hands and
got a nice shot too. That goal the other night too. He ripped it.
And he's got moves. You can see how that's going to be a weapon for the Habs in the future.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's a good point. I can almost hear Jeff, because Jeff really wanted PLD. I can almost hear Jeff arguing, but he'd be better in Montreal. No, Jeff, sorry, he would not be. I look up because I don't believe in all that. But if there is, Jeff went up. That's why I look up.
No, I mean, absolutely.
All right. You know what I haven't done yet? I haven't gone to the chat. I apologize that everybody in the chat. But now we got a lot of time here. Until the lineups show up, I'm going to talk to you guys in the chat.
Little prospect update too.
No, Paul, he's not.
Lane Hudson got another power play point last night. BU knocked off number 2 Maine.
Nice.
A great win.
Guru. Hey, Guru. Wonder if Boston pressures right from the start because of the last Saturday's loss to the Habs. 4-2 Boston Van Riemsdyk. You got to think, right? You got to think that they're going to do whatever they can to literally destroy the Habs today. That's got to be their goal. If I was them, if they don't do that, something wrong, if you ask me, right? And this is a good Boston team. Montreal is going to have their hands full, but it's that thing again, right? It's a rivalry game. From what I've heard of the little interviews before the game, pregame stuff. Who did I see? I saw 3 or 4 players. They're all up for this game. Brendan Gallagher, this is his favorite. Other than the Bell Center, this is his favorite arena to play in. Barron, really up for this game. Like they all understand the rivalry, and so I think that plays a big part in this.
Well, and I think it played a big part in the first game, right?
It did.
It
absolutely did.
The whole team was up for that game. That was just a really great back and forth, physical, just smash them up type of hockey game. I think we could end up seeing that tonight again. I mean, who knows? But
we'll see
especially if Arbor ends up being in the lineup.
He's not. He's out day to day with an upper body.
Oh, right? I know.
I saw the practice from yesterday. Yeah. He's not.
Okay.
Now, if he is, it's a last minute decision. I have seen nothing about it anywhere except that I saw what was in practice and. He's not.
In yesterday's practice, because I was gonna say I think
it's today's practice. I saw.
Okay. Because I haven't seen anything about morning skate today yet.
I'm not sure. So I might have seen yesterday, but it seems like he's out. I'm hoping he's in and make a difference, in my opinion. Get Lindstrom out of there because Harris is back in, but we'll see. Jack Newell, hey Jack, 4-3 Habs. Caulfield first goal. Caulfield needs it too. Hey Safka, how's it going, Safka? I'm going. Let's looking down for a sec. 3-2 Boston. Ullinen first goal. That's a good one. I forgot about him.
Ullinen looked really, really good last game.
Yeah,
Really good.
that's a good one. He's really trying to make this team like permanent.
I was glad to see him in too, because I was thinking, I'm like, because the fast before he was back in, I'm thinking there's someone else missing that was pretty good at the beginning of the year. I couldn't think of his name, and then I saw the lineup, and I was like, oh, it was Ullinen.
Ullinen, yeah. Well, Armia,
I was like, holy crap, he hasn't played in forever. Where's he been?
Well, because of Armia. When they called Armia up, they sat him, and then they
went, oh, we messed up. Ullinen, you're back in.
Yeah, if he continues to play, maybe not like that, but good like that, Armia is staying in Laval.
Oh yeah,
right. Gotta think. Guru says it's always hard to gauge games versus Boston, no matter what the records are for either team. They usually bring out the best in each other. Absolutely. And listen, 4 years we didn't beat the Bruins for 4 years, right? Now, okay, we weren't very good, but we didn't beat them for 4 years. That's got to change, right? Montreal's history is we beat the Bruins regularly. 4 years not. Maybe the last Saturday was the beginning of that era again, where as Montreal gets better as well, we start to beat the Bruins like that again. Tonight's a test on that a bit, not 100%, but it's a bit of a test. Can these guys who are going to be here for a long time step it up again and in Boston beat them? Drake, 5-3 Boston, New Hook on Allen. Allen's in that. Yeah, New Hook with the first goal there. Not saying hi to Samuel. No. Lucas, hey Lucas, was at the Bell Center last time for the first time last night since COVID for a concert. Oh, nice. Was weird being there. So much has changed since I've last been there for the Habs. And yeah, I haven't been there in forever, so I wouldn't notice that. But now, who'd you see? James. Hey, James. Gallagher better behave this time. That's not his game, though. You want Gallagher to behave, then you might as well just have him out of the lineup. Seriously, he has to play his game. And with that, you have to live with the odd bad penalty. It's going to be the same thing for Arbor Jackeye. You're going to have to live with it. The benefits outweigh the what's the word for it? Benefits, and the good outweighs the bad. The only Hab that is still around on stuff in the arena is Galley from last I went. Well, there's been a big change. Is he the only one? Really? I don't know when you went last, so that's different, but been a big turnover. James, we're not 100% if he's out or not, but as conservative lawyer says, I think he is. Did the Habs call a backup from Laval? They didn't need to because Harris was back in the lineup. Allen's been letting goals against. Is that what it is? We'll see how he does tonight. It's a big game. I believe in him. I believe he can step up for it. Phil, I thought you weren't around today. What's up? How's it going, Phil? Filibuster or Wonder Phil is here. Habs will win 7-1 with Galley double hat-tricking for the first 6 goals. Ridiculous. Allen's been letting lots of goals in the last few games he's played. I get that, but I think the guy with his head down over there will disagree with what I'm going to say. I don't put it all on him. I think the defense has played pretty sloppy in front of him. And I think that's has somewhat to do with his goals against average, right? His save percentage is good at 911. It's higher than it's the highest on the team. So I don't fully agree with that. I'm not saying he's been such hot shit, but he's been good with a sloppy defense in front of him, and then makes he's let in some bad goals. I won't say no. Anyway. That's what I say.
I think because I don't 100% disagree with you. Like the defense, there have been games where the defense has been awful in front of them. Absolutely, I will not argue that. But for me, it's just some of the bad goals he lets in are just like really bad. Like they're just goals where it's like, oh my god, dude, like you can't ever let that in, right? And it's plays like that where I'm just like, I don't really see Monty doing that. I haven't seen really Primo do that. I mean, he did have that goal the other night, that 2-on-1 that he probably should have saved. But again, that was a rip of a shot.
Defense let him down.
But
he was good the first period.
He
was good the first period, and the rest of the game was not on Primo fully.
No. I thought Primo still had a really, really solid game. I think he's, I guess, like I've said to you, just texting you, I think we're seeing the Northeastern Primo. We're seeing the Caden Primo that we wanted to see. Just the defense has got to be better in front of him. But I don't know. I think with Allen, it's just the bad goals that he's letting up are. It's just like, what are you doing, man? Right? They're just bad goals.
I think that's
where I come from, where I say
that might
Allen's probably the.
That might be a product of a 34-year-old goalie starting.
And I get that.
He's going to give up some bad goals here and there, but the rest of the time he's been good. So that's how I am at it. And I think he's very capable to put up a big game here tonight. That's all I'm saying.
No, he absolutely is. Again, I said, I love Jake Allen. I do. But if just looking at the performances of all three this season so far, to me, I just don't think Allen's really had the best performances. And again, I know the defense hasn't been good in front of him for a few of those games. I get it.
I understand what you're saying, but
I'm just kind of seeing a trend. That's all.
I understand what you're saying. I'm not going into the game having that negative look at Allen. Like some people are. No, it's just that I'm sure if you go on Twitter, some people are going to have this really negative. Oh, it's Allen. I'm not doing that. That's what I'm saying. Because
I actually haven't seen that.
Well,
at all. People are happy at Allen, and
especially if he lets in.
What got me angry is the other night people were bashing Caden Primo, and I'm like,
I know.
What's he supposed to do?
All right, here we go. Lineups. Habs lineup: Suzuki, Newhook, Anderson, Devo, Caulfield, Slav, Monahan, Pearson, Galley, Evans, Ulanen, Pizzetta. Nothing changed there. Matheson, Barron, Gooley, Kovacevic, Harris, Lindstrom, Allen, Monty. So we know for sure now. Jack Eye's out. Their lineup: Zaka, Marchand, Pasternak, same as last week. Coyle, Van Riemsdyk, Frederick, same. Patra, Heinen, and DeBrusque, same. And I think the fourth line's changed. Beecher, Lauko, and Steen. I think that's changed a little bit, but maybe not.
Mm-hmm.
Lorre, is that it? Lorre? And McAvoy, excuse me. Lindholm, and then what? Carlo, then Forbert, and Shattenkirk. There's your lineup. Swayman, Allmark. Boom, there's the lineup. So basically, we knew it. We had it right. We knew that was the lineup. Not much difference there. No surprises. Right? There's the lineup. Can this lineup beat that lineup? I mean, I don't see why not. It's not much change here. We basically beat this team.
The only change is just Arbor, but again, I think that first game against Boston, Caden Gooley stole the show on defense, and again, I think Jordan Harris, I think tonight is a really, really good opportunity for him to have a great game. He's back where he played his college hockey, right? So he's going to have people in the stands.
True. That should be a favorable crowd for Harris.
Right. So, yeah, I mean, I don't see any reason why we can't keep this a competitive game,
At the very least.
I think it'll be a fun game. It'll be a great game. And I'll be there, so I'll be able to report on it.
Well, yeah. But listen, against Vegas, we kept with them. It was 6-5. It wasn't like they blew us out of the water. I don't expect Boston to blow us out of the water either.
No, I mean, I think just my biggest concern is Lidstrom and Matheson in the defensive zone, because that to me that was kind of the I guess the weakness in that game against Vegas. Neither of them really played particularly well in their own zone. I did think in that game against Boston, I thought Matheson was all right.
Ooh, we lost Matt.
So, if he steps it up,
he's coming back.
Then
all right.
I think we can.
So
be okay.
Just to add into that, because he just froze. Oh, okay, you froze completely.
Sorry about that.
No, it's not your fault. You want to finish what? I don't know if you want to finish what you were saying.
Well, no, I'm just saying, like, my only concern really is just Lidstrom and Matheson in their own end.
So
Really
that I
more
got.
so Lidstrom. Yeah, just because I think Matheson can step it up. I think he's, for whatever reason, kind of picking and choosing when he does.
Yeah,
But because I thought that first game against Boston, I thought he was all right. Like, I thought he was fine. I didn't really see anything I didn't like.
Like one game good, one game not so good, or something with him.
No, Lidstrom just
Lidstrom. Hopefully
hasn't been good in his own end, and that's a concern for me.
Hopefully they'll limit Lindstrom's minutes a little bit.
Yeah,
I hope, without limiting Harris too much. So yeah, and then by the way, the reason, because I thought they should have called up Norlinder. I'd forgotten about Lindstrom, but why haven't they called up Norlinder? Apparently he's not playing well down there. I saw someone.
Yeah, I know
he fell off.
I haven't really looked at many stats from the Rocket so far. Really, I've just been kind of checking in on Waugh and Farrell and Mayu actually as of late. Logan Mayu's starting to play very, very good.
But not defensively. Their defense hasn't been very good.
Right.
And I think that's why Lindstrom got because he has the most NHL experience.
Right.
I think that's why.
Which is fine.
Yeah. So I guess unless some defenseman down there, like Trudeau's not playing great right now. Lindstrom fell off a cliff. This is what I was reading. So yeah. So anybody,
and we also knew that Mayu was going to need season to get better on defense.
Defensively, Mayu, I'm telling you, needs another season probably after this one.
Probably.
So like
it's just really on the defensive end, because offensively he's been fantastic.
But on the defensive side, so on the influx of the new guys next year, you're going to have probably Hudson and Reinbacher. They're not going to break in three guys again on defense, right? So it is more than likely Mayu is going to be one more year after that,
which is fine. Like
unless there's injuries. Yeah,
but again, like
exactly. I mean, the development is what is most important.
And look, I'm also
all right.
Looking
let's get back to these guys. J-Fed, we talked about it, but to say domestic abuse situation, that's not what I read. It may be what it is. It's not what I read. I'm not going to say it is until I know for a fact that it is. Is Allen gave the first goal on the first shot? I say pull him away. Now, James, come on. That's you don't do that to a veteran, important part of your team. I mean, Lucci's always been a puke. I'll agree with that. Although players who play with him in like in the off season, or hang out with him maybe out off the rink, say like Marchand, great guys.
Marchand off the ice. Marchand is a really, really good dude.
I've heard it about Lucic, but this situation, if it turns out to what our
Lucic is Mets.
Yeah, I don't think it is with Lucic. I can't even stand looking at the guy, to be honest with you.
But Marchand, I can confirm, because I know a bunch of people that have met him. Not even Bruins fans that have met him. That like I know a neighbor of mine met him at the gas station up the street from my house, and he took like 5 minutes and just talked hockey. He's just a really good dude off the ice.
Yeah, I have never heard the opposite of that. Every time I've heard, and I hate it. I hate the guy, and then all you hear is, "Oh no, he's a really good dude." And
no, he really is. But I think a lot of that was Bergeron rubbing off on him, because early on he was kind of I'm
just glad that he's matured and he's not a piece of shit.
No, absolutely. No, he's a really good dude.
We need less pieces of shit in this world. So I'm always happy when someone turns out to be not a piece of shit. It's okay on the ice. I understand that. I played hockey. I've seen lots of great guys. You put them out on the ice, they turn into lunatics. Like it's like road rage. It's the same. Some people just lose it in that situation, whether they're just great people otherwise. So I understand that. And then there's assholes, and they are assholes on the ice. Okay, where are we? Trying to get through this, and I'm not doing a good job. David says 6-2 Bruins. Marchand first goal. May as well toss out my prediction. Says Steven. Hey, Steven. 5-2 for Boston. Caulfield first goal. James says maybe the 3-goal rotation is a major distraction. I would think along those lines more than got to pull the guy right away, like that kind of thing. Hey, Andrew, how's it going down there, Andrew? Good to see you in the chat. 5-2 Boston. Coyle says J-Fed. Let's not look at KK stats. Kid is becoming a good one. No, let's look at KK stats and understand that patience with Slav is important, right? KK virtually spent no time in the AHL. I think 12 games, actually, in the AHL. It's not a lot, maybe 13, something like that. So, I mean, patience with the guy. The guy basically developed in the NHL, and he's turning into a good one. As much as it almost pains to say at this point. But yeah, so it's patience with Slav. KK still not worth the contract. By the end of the season, he may be. Right? If he keeps that up all year, he'll be worth that contract. I agree with that there, Lucas. Rest in peace, Jeff. That's how far back I am. I was talking about Jeff about 20 minutes ago. The Rat. That's way nicer than what I call him. The Rat. That's his nickname, though.
Oh, yeah. Well, now he's Rat King because he's the captain. But
yeah, Rat King because Robert, not bringing up Roy. They're not. I don't think they're going to do it, and they should not do it.
No, are you kidding me? Look at the chemistry he's got with Fowler now, too. Him and Fowler lighting it up, dude. Lighting it up.
And he's having this great, amazing season, and they could bring him up here, and he struggles and whatever. Why mess with his confidence like that? When he's not needed here. He's not needed here. He's only needed here for fans that have no patience and want wins instead of development. That's all.
You know who else, too, is starting to really heat up in the OHL? Beck and Michar are both starting to play very, very, very well.
Yes. Yeah, Beck, too. He just had a hat trick, I think.
Yeah, Beck's starting to heat up. It's really good. But Michar has been awesome with Kitchener so far. Really good.
And you look at that. Look at Michar in Kitchener. He's probably too good for that league. But they didn't really have room in Laval. And they thought the same thing. Put him in Kitchener. He'll have a wonderful season. And it's great for the confidence and everything moving up. It's the same thing with Raw.
Hone in everything too, all the skill stuff, hone in the shot, the puck skills, all that stuff. Yeah,
it's cool. The same thing with Raw. Bye bye. Habs 4-2. Evans with the first one. Optimistic, kind of like me. Lucas says it was the 1975. Oh, that's the group you saw? Never heard of them. The 1975. I'm too old for that now. I'm out of that. I used to know everything, all those. Now, you guys, he went to a concert. I never heard of it. I don't know. I don't know. I'm out of the loop. Habs will beat Renegade Man, by the way. Hey, Habs will beat the Bruins eventually. It's not like the Leafs who can beat the Yotes in Toronto in 20 years. Who can't beat the Yotes. Really? The Coyotes always beat Toronto? Oh, I like the Coyotes a little bit better. Slavzilla, we don't call him that here. That's actually, I think that's Habs Tonight's name from. It's kind of why we don't call him that here. Not my favorite channel. It scores a doozy, flip of a coin, back and forth affair, or right low scoring nail biter. I wish he'd take a shot. He should have. There was one opportunity last game he should have shot, especially after spending all that time with the shooter tutor, and he didn't. So I hope he shoots a little more.
Yeah, no, I want to see that because he was ripping shots on that shooter tutor. I think Dvorak too, man. I don't know why he hesitated when he had the empty net. As soon as that puck hits the stick, it's gonna come off.
Yeah. That hesitation cost Devo a goal last.
I've noticed it with Anderson too a little bit. There's been times where he's kind of hesitated. I'm like, just shoot it. Just shoot it. I know the confidence is low, but just shoot him. You just shoot the pucks on net, and one of them's gonna go in.
We're 45 minutes into this. No one's mentioned Anderson till now. That's amazing, actually. Will Allen trade?
Don't hesitate. When you hesitate, You make mistakes. You don't get the best shot off. Just shoot the puck.
No, well, that's where you
Shoot it
lose
on
your
net.
advantage. But you lose your advantage on an NHL goalie. You have that split second most of the time, right? You that split second to beat him. That shot. That's what. Why do you think it's so important? That release, how quick the release is. Oh wow, the guy's got an amazing release. That's how he scores so many goals. The puck's off and gone before the goalie really can get set for it. You miss that split second, man, and you're not scoring. That's how the NHL is.
Right. No, and that's what I'm saying. I'm like, guys. I mean, like Anderson's got a nice hard shot. Like if he takes that hesitation out, and as soon as he gets it, right, if he's got a look he likes, get it, boom.
For me,
one of them's got to go in.
For me, maybe it's the hesitation that's causing the placement of the shot. Because to me,
I think so.
He's putting the shot on the goalie. So
it was
he's not finding that.
Was it the Boston? There was a game. I can't remember if it was I don't think it was the Boston game. It might have been Calgary where he had the puck on his backhand, and he had if he shot it right away, he had a lot of net to shoot at, and he hesitated, and Markstrom kind of got back in position.
Yeah,
and ended up missing the net. I'm like, just shoot it.
Hesitation's a killer. Renegade Man's asking about Allen and the Oilers. Apparently, the Oilers are inquiring about Primo. That's what I read today. I think I saw something about that today.
That's funny.
We don't want Campbell's contract for any reason. It's useless. What do you want Campbell's contract for? Even as a backup to Monty, why would you want that?
Mm-hmm.
Matt Outdoor says 3-2 Cole Caulfield with the first goal. So a repeat of last week, but he's not calling overtime. Lucas, and you don't have to, Matt, and even if it goes to overtime, you'd still win. Lucas, Primo has looked really good in the three he's played. Would like to see him get some more starts, but hard with the 3 goalie system. That's exactly it. That's why a goalie's got to be moved. The longer they take, I don't know if that's, for Primo, you're wasting his development time. He needs to play. As regularly as you can get him to play, he needs that. So having him as the third goalie getting the odd start, it's not a good thing, especially if you feel that. And he's shown that he could be really good. It's a mistake. Might have to scroll here. Lee Valley 3, Laval 2, 3 stars. So we lost. Rocket lost again. Let's see. Brandon Gignac of the Laval got the 3rd star. I don't care about the Lee Valley guys. Lucas, playing you in. Yes, you're beating. You mean you're killing me this week? What do you mean a nail biter? I think you're up 8-2 now. That's not a nail biter, Lucas. Tonight's the night. If I don't catch up tonight, you're going to win for sure.
Gotta look.
James.
I'm killing the unmanaged team 10-1 right now.
Yeah, I know. I saw that. That's just my backup. James, I thank you. Of course, I try to reply to everybody. I don't always succeed at that, but I try. I think tonight I might be catching up, or it could jump. Oh no, I'm going to catch up. Look at that. Andrew says, "Are you kidding? Brad would lick every Hab hockey stick handle as his new doorknob ritual." No, I think he's matured past that now. As the captain of the Bruins, he can't go around licking anybody or friends. Maybe his boyfriends, I don't want to be that crude, but I'm just joking. Matt should take Talking Habs prospect to tonight's game and show it to the camera.
The shirt? I think he's meant the shirt.
Yeah, one of the shirts. Yeah, that's a good idea. Then we get a video of it and we can brag like Junkie. Junkie legitimately on TV, somebody arguing with Marchand, I think, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And the guy's wearing
Marchand getting shaped in the box, yeah.
Yeah, and the guy's wearing a Hockey Junkie shirt. So that's pretty awesome.
Mm-hmm.
One day, but we don't have shirts out yet. But we're gonna start. We're gonna actively start working on that soon. like probably next week. Got my McFarlane Cole Caulfield hockey figure yesterday. Oh, the one you showed me? Nice. That's really nice. Logan is playing good. Logan is playing good offensively, not defensively. Not good enough to come up here. Randy Mack. How's it going, Randy Mack? Jason, it's not that Anderson will never score. It's he's not producing nearly enough. Well, I mean, does he have any points? So he's not producing. Yeah, nothing. He's not producing. Allen really should be sent to a cup contender. It's the least we could do for him. Well, I mean, a lot of people thought the Oilers were that if they had a good goalie and some deep. So I think, though, they were exposed on the fact that they need a lot more than just a goalie.
Mm-hmm.
Randy Mack says 4-2 Bruins. Charlie Coyle, first goal. And I caught up on all. How's that? I caught up. All right. Well, we got another 10 minutes. So you got anything you want to talk about?
Not really. I mean, I think we kind of covered everything.
Yeah, but we got 10 minutes.
Just hoping to see a good competitive game tonight. You know, I don't know
I think we will.
how the chatter's going to be around the Garden, like in just per terms of Lucic, because like I just fan wise, like that's probably going to be a topic of conversation.
Oh, you can talk to your buddy Cam. Have you talked to him about it? I wonder how he feels about that.
A little bit, yeah. In the group chat, we've all just been like, just kind of said like, you know, we'll wait for the police report and stuff to come out.
Yeah, my attitude. Yeah, exactly.
You know, it's not a good look.
It's not. I get it. And it probably is something bad, but I mean, you can't unless you know what you're talking. You can't talk about it.
Right? No.
You know what I mean?
And I just mean like it's not a good look on Luch at all, especially like I said.
Okay, but you've seen the picture. The first time. You've seen what Luch looks like. Is there anything that's a good look on Luch? Maybe some feathers and wings. Is that beak that he's got? Okay, that's a bad joke. All right, it didn't draw out.
I mean, it'll be a good game. It'll be a good atmosphere. I'm looking forward to it. BU's on tonight again against Maine, the second game of the back-to-back. Again at Aganis tonight to BU's home. Hopefully they get a win there. Hopefully Lane gets another power play point. He's been unreal. I actually was texting Junkie today about it, and I really think when Lane Hudson gets here, we're gonna see a revolution of how we look at the power play, because he's so deadly on the power play, not just the shooting, but again, like I've said, because of how smart he is and how he can read his defender, he can, depending on what mode he's got to go into, or whether he's got to go into be at the controls, or if he's got to kind of make a move and make space, like he's just so lethal at getting the passes to the right guys in the right spot, or just ripping a quick shot on that the goalie's just not prepared for. I
feel Hudson probably adds 5 to 10 points on your power play percentage points.
I think so. I got to see what BU's is. It's got to be astronomical. They're scoring power play goals on every game. They score at least 2.
If you've got a decent power play and you add a dynamic quarterback like him, you got to go up about 5 points or more.
I think so.
Shoot you right up near the top of if not right to the top of the power play ranks. But that's still to be seen. He has to come here and do that, but looks like that's what we're going to get.
No, absolutely. And I want to touch on Celebrini too, because I didn't realize this. He's actually 17 as a true freshman. I thought he was 18. He's 17, and he's like the second or top scorer in college hockey right now. I think he's yesterday. It's unreal. Unreal how good that kid is. And again, just the chemistry with Lane Hudson is just stupid. So when you look at the score sheet, it's either Celebrini assisted by whomever and Hudson, or Hudson assisted by Celebrini and whomever. Like it's crazy.
So maybe something for us to talk about on Pucking Around on Monday instead of those trajectories is which teams are going to start fucking tanking about halfway through the season when they realize they have zero chance. What can we do to get this kid?
Yeah, no, that's a great topic of discussion.
I wonder if there's going to be almost a competition to get into the bottom 10.
He's so good. And Luke Tuck is really, impressed me with his play this season. He's really kind of started to turn it on. Just really kind of like a Gallagher type player, just a dirty work guy.
With size,
but he's a big body.
Yeah.
He likes being in front of the net, always open for a pass. He just knows where to pass the puck to when he gets it in behind. So, I could even see him being, in the future being like a bottom six type, just dirty work guy.
There's a lot of good talent to come up, and then there's an overabundance. And that means there's going to be a lot of good pieces that you can move to fill in the spots you need to fill in, or to make a trade and get somebody. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like there'll be a lot to work with for the management. Mm-hmm. So listen, did everybody out there? Did you just not have anything to say? Because we got about 4 minutes left here, so maybe we'll just tie it up. I do want to say to remind you guys to check out our podcasts. We got Pucking Around podcast, where me and Matt represent the Habs. We got a Flyers fan, a Bruins fan, and we in general talk about the NHL. So it's not Habs specific, but if you check out Hab Normals, which now there's two episodes to check out. Link is in the description of all my videos for both podcasts. It's just me and Matt talking Habs. Literally, that's all we're doing, is we're talking about the Habs. We're pretty exclusive on that there. The odd time we might talk about something else in the NHL, but so please check those out. We'd really appreciate that. Want to remind everybody also, next week is the annual trip to California. It happens to take place on the Thanksgiving week for U.S. So we have, I don't know if it's Tuesday or Wednesday. It's a 10 o'clock game in Anaheim. And then Friday, Saturday, we got afternoon games. So prepare for that. 3:30 start on Friday and a 4 p.m. That's all Eastern time starts and 4 p.m. on Saturday against the Kings. And Friday is against San Jose. So that's what's coming up this week. It's going to be a weird week for that, from a really late game to two really early games. It's going to be odd. So hopefully you guys will check us out for those. And I don't know what else to say. You got anything else to add?
No. Just go Habs, go. Hoping for a win tonight. Be awesome.
Yeah, be awesome, especially you're there.
See you then. I'm going to try to pop in before the game. On the live stream from TD Garden, and we'll see.
I was going to say, how are you going to do that? You're going to be there? Okay, that'd be cool.
I'm going to bring I have wireless earbuds. I'm going to bring, and then I can pop into I have StreamYard on my phone, so I can
Okay, that'd be awesome to see you there. All right, so 7 o'clock, the hangout. I'm here, and then we do a post game show at 10 or thereabouts, depending on how long the game goes, and that's it. Thanks, everybody, for being here. Another Saturday afternoon show, and had a lot of fun doing that. And thanks, Matt, for being in here for this one. And that's it. Got a lot of time still till the game. And enjoy your afternoon, and we'll see you at game time. Till then, stay safe. Peace out. Keep your sticks on the ice. Go Habs, go, and we'll see you a little bit later.
Go Habs, go, baby. Beat Boston.
Yeah, go Habs, go. Kick Boston's ass.